one thing that surprised me a lot was that beyond literally a sentence or two, there is, unless I missed it, barely no mention of January the 6th, 2021. And I think, you know, even fair-minded readers, not necessarily liberals, not necessarily Democrats, will find that an extraordinary omission in a book about America's values, given that that day seemed to run so contrary to so many central values. Why did you say so little about it?
Yeah, 400 pages, Secretary of State, CIA director. This didn't make the list of things that I could directly impact, things that I was working on that I could impact and deliver good outcomes for the American people. There were lots of things that went on in the administration. We did good deregulatory work. We did great work on lots of things, but I didn't touch those. They weren't mine. But I'll get to your question. You focus on January 26th and you obsess. The media obsesses about this. I understand.
Hold on
I
a second,
understand
Mr.
why it
Secretary.
does.
The media obsesses about the fact that people tried by force to overturn an election, and more than 100 law enforcement agents were injured, and people were breaking into the United States Capitol.
All bad.
All bad by any stretch of the imagination. Something to concentrate on.
Yes, all bad. Well, there's lots of things to concentrate to keep the American people safe, Niall. Many things. It's a complicated, mean, and nasty world out there. We should make no mistake about that. I don't for a second apologize for the rioters who broke into the Capitol. I've said this, I don't know, how many times? Dozens and dozens of times since then. Bad. Punish them. They should be punished for the crimes that they committed. In the same way that those folks who committed crimes in Minneapolis and Seattle and took over a small part of the town, they should be punished too. I'm a conservative. I believe in law and order. You should comply with all the laws, and when you don't, you should be punished for that. The law has a solution for those who are bad actors. And January 6th, while it was a bad day for America, I've heard it compared to Pearl Harbor. This is what the media does. This is nonsense to compare it to the men who lost their lives that day at Pearl Harbor and the fact that we engaged in a world war. January 6th ends with a duly confirmed president of the United States and a transition. That's a noble ending to that day.
It's a noble ending after an absolute catastrophe for America earlier on that day.
And so my book focuses on the things and outcomes that we did.
The things and outcomes that you did included having the sitting president speak at a rally earlier that day.
Yeah, sure. He spoke at the rally, absolutely.
And incited rioters.
You use your adjective. Fair enough. My book is about the things that I worked on for 4 years. I'd never described January 6th as America's proudest day. I regret that happened. But to say that, gosh, it's a glaring omission is exactly the same storyline of the Russia hoax. It is a misfocus of a set of priorities. It's a deep misunderstanding of the things that deliver good outcomes for the American people.
It's a 400-page book, and there's one sentence about January 6th.
Yep, I'd do it exactly the same way again.